Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I am your host Faisal Raza Khan and you are watching Foresight. Viewers, an entity that was formed initially as an Atomic Energy Research Council in 1955. It was later became Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission in 1956. Started excelling in civil nuclear domain soon after the inception or foundation of the first ever nuclear power plant in Karachi in 1972. And it has the capacity at that time that was 137 megawatts. Pakistan has an ambitious objective under Nuclear Energy Vision 2050 that initially Pakistan to attain 8,800 megawatts till 2030 and then 40,000 megawatt till 2050. It is going to be a key nuclear energy revolution in Pakistan. According to the National Electric Power Regulatory Authority, just in 2022, domestic nuclear energy production resulted a substantial savings. Pakistan saved at least $3 billion compared to importing oil, $2.2 billion in importing gas, and at least $1.6 billion in importing coal. Not only energy, nuclear medicine playing vital role in cancer diagnosis and therapy. 19 cancer hospitals across Pakistan under the ambit of Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission providing world-class treatment to at least or nearly 1 million patients annually, saving many lives across the country and now in the region as well. Civil nuclear technology is extremely beneficent and helpful in agriculture, livestock, even with the clean and green energy. It is complementing the green environment and also tackling or mitigating climate change effects. To talk on this very important subject of Pakistan's national sovereignty, along with that for economic prosperity, we have in our studios Mr. Dr. Ansar Parvez. He is the former chairman Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. Most welcome to you, Dr. Sahab. Thank you very much for your arrival here. And Mr. Shahid Riaz Khan, he is the spokesperson of the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. He is also with us. Thank you very much for your presence in the studio, sir. And later, some of the experts also join with us online. So, my first question to you, Shahid Sahab, that when we had started using nuclear science and technology, basically, for the socio-economic development particularly, especially in agriculture, cancer care and electricity generation, how important and how vital it is?
You see, as you said, in 1956, PEC for Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission was established, and immediately after its inception, Pakistan became founding member of International Atomic Energy Agency in 1957. After that, we established many centers, many projects of socio-economic development in agriculture. In 1960, we started a radiation facility at Karachi for the diagnosis of cancer patients, and that cancer care center has now become Atomic Energy Cancer Hospital Karachi. I'll give you more details later, but in 1962 we started program in agriculture, and our first agriculture research center was established at Tandojam near Hyderabad in 1962. And thereafter we established many other agriculture centers in Pakistan. Now we have 4 agriculture centers, 2 in Faisalabad, Nayab, Nuclear Institute of Agriculture and Biology, and NIBG, National Institute of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering, and NIFA at Peshawar. So, all these 4 agriculture centers, all together they are developing, they developed or you can say introduced 150 new varieties of different crops. thereby they are contributing in the agriculture sector very effectively. Similarly, as you said that in energy sector, electricity generation, we started our nuclear power plant at Canap or at Karachi.
In Karachi, yes, definitely.
And just to mention that that was the time when Pakistan entered into a nuclear electricity generation using nuclear technology. We were 15th country in the world. Now we are using all these things in agriculture, in nuclear medicine, in electricity generation, in other sectors also, in non-destructive testing, in other sectors where nuclear technology is being used very extensively, and we are playing a good role in using nuclear science and technology
definitely
for
it is
socio-economic developments.
Obviously it is obvious, and it is very important really that we are excelling at least in all these domains. Dr. Ansar, when you were the chairman, and there is a vision which called the Nuclear Energy Vision 2050, and along with that we have at least we are having some benchmarks to achieve till 2030, 8,800 megawatts, and at least 40,000 megawatts till 2050. So do you think that we are on track, and right now where we reached?
Yeah, actually the first target, that was 8,800 megawatt by 2030, was a mid-term energy security plan which was set up in 2005, and according to the plan the nuclear target was supposed to be 8,800, but the overall energy production in Pakistan were to go to 162,000 megawatt by 2030, which meant that this 8,800 megawatt would be about 5% of the total energy production energy mix in the country. But unfortunately, our GDP did not grow at the rate at which it was expected to grow at that time, and now the prediction is that by 2030 we will be producing 60,000 megawatt overall. Yes. So, and this 8,000 now the nuclear that we have, the 6 nuclear power plants which are operating now are producing 3,500 and some 30 megawatts, which would be almost 5% of the 60,000 which would be there in 2030.
Okay.
So, I think the nuclear started off well. After setting up this target, we set up 4 nuclear power plants, small size, and then we set up also 2 nuclear power plants, larger size, 1100 megawatt. But since the country's overall energy requirement is increasing, therefore, you cannot just keep on adding power plants which are already is not when the energy is already not being consumed. For example, right now we have 45,000 megawatts installed, different energy mix. Out of this, almost 40,000 is workable, that you can use them. Okay. But the maximum heat load that we have is around 26,000 in summer and around 11 to 12,000 in winter. So, we are not even hitting that target, and for that for that reason the plants either remain idle, we have to make the capacity payment, or we cannot use them because the fuel that is being used in them is very expensive. So, I think we are going all right, and we have 6 nuclear power plants which are operating, and 1 is under construction. Another 1200 megawatt is under construction, which will come online.
So,
Inshallah.
Shahid Sahab, as Dr. Ansar said, and I have some sort of an idea that is it correct that nuclear energy, when we are talking about, it's largely considered as clean, cheap, green, environment friendly, and obviously economically very competitive. Do you think so?
Yeah, obviously, you see, when we talk about nuclear energy, we are basically there is no emission of carbon dioxide or GHG, greenhouse gases in nuclear energy, very meager amount if it is considered to be. But you see, world is concerned about the emission of greenhouse gases, and all the climate change effects, they are dependent on these emissions. When we generate, for example, just to give you an example, 1000 megawatt plant, a typical power plant, if it runs through nuclear, then it is equal to on, and for example, if it is run through coal, 60 million ton coals carbon dioxide emission is avoided if we operate it on
if we operate on nuclear
energy. Okay. So, it is clean, obviously it is clean and cheap. You said that it is cheap. Yes, in Pakistan it is I mean after hydro it is the cheapest energy source
of energy.
Typically today we are on average 12 rupees per unit we are actually spending on this energy power generation.
What Dr. Ansar said that the fifth Chashma 5, I think so, that that is the 1200 megawatt of still under construction. So, when it is expected to commission and started its operations in future?
You see, its groundbreaking was performed last year in July, and typically 7 years time is typical
required
time for construction of a nuclear power plant. So, it is excavation work is going on, everything is on track and we hope that in 2029 it will be on grid, but let us see, we are working on it obviously.
Okay, your point well taken. But Dr. Ansar, as we are talking about the Vision 2050, so there are lots of reports which are surfaced earlier that some more sites are there to have construction of the more power plants. Obviously, when those would be, whether those are huge power plants or a small size power plants, but those are required to attain the 2050 objective. So, how that work is actually going on?
Well, in the first place, if you are going to build a nuclear power plant, you have to be very careful about the site that you select for it. It's away from population, it has all these seismic characteristics that you should have, and it should be strong enough to take care of a nuclear power plant that will build on it. Obviously. And normally, when we choose a site, we try to build 4 on it. We say, for example, already at Chashma site, we have built 4 already. And at Canup in Karachi, we have built 2, and ultimately sometime we will come back and build another 2. Also, I think after Chashma, the next possible site would probably be Muzaffargarh, near Muzaffargarh, which is M1 and M2. In addition to that, we have carried out a comprehensive study, and it was done as a matter of many years ago, where we have selected few sites across the country.
Obviously. Okay.
But we do not really make them very public, because then these prices and other thing they can change. So, we go up a place,
you are absolutely right.
When we go up there, then we make a decision, and then we select the site, and then we buy the land, and then we start the work here.
Very well said.
But we are doing, we continue to study locations in Pakistan where these nuclear power plants can be installed.
Very well said. Shahid Khan Sahab, now agriculture. We have just witnessed just recently a symposium and an exhibition was organized by the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission in Faisalabad. And what was the motive in the context of our agriculture and economic growth?
You see, few weeks before in Faisalabad, we organized a symposium with title in cultivating innovation to harvest business growth. The topic shows that basically what we are doing at our 4 agriculture centers, we are doing research and we are introducing different
this
varieties.
Question, why I asked this question, this is very important because it is in sync with the Special Investment Facilitation Council's mandate, and that was the first ever the topic or the issue, that is basically to grow agriculture, the Pakistan's agriculture along with livestock and all that. So, this is actually linked with it, and some of the innovative techniques were also harnessed or might be at that time that was shown over there. So, I just want to that our viewers want to listen that what were those actually?
You see, as I said that we are introducing new varieties of crops, and till today we have introduced 150 new varieties of different crops in for example, rice, wheat, sugarcane and lentils, etc. So, as you said that this symposium and exhibition was to augment the Green Pakistan initiative. Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission is working in the same direction.
Obviously,
we are trying, and also to bridging the gap between the industrialist, agriculture industrialist, and researchers. For example, if we say that this symposium and exhibition at NAYAB Faisalabad was also organized in the support of support industries and technology, SciTech, and they are basically doing wonderful job to bridge the gap between industries and nuclear scientists working in the field of agriculture. So, this was the motive basically, how to transform the research being done at these centers into a business, tangible business,
obviously,
and so that we can earn something and our economy can grow.
Definitely.
Side by side, all the efforts are being done to ensure the food security of the country, because all
you are absolutely right.
Yeah,
you are absolutely right. Absolutely right, Dr. Ansar. When we are, as Shahid Riaz was saying, no doubt that nuclear technology help in developing healthy, weather and disease resistant seed quality or seed growth, and also just like we have some sort of cotton varieties recently,
Yes.
Improving soil quality as well in some areas, not directly, but in some areas in water management as well.
Yes.
Enhancing crop and fruit production, enhancing their shelf life as well, food security as rightly mentioned by Shahid Sahab, and resultantly the exports, because that is the point which is needed to Pakistan's economy to grow our exports, and that is there with the nuclear technology. How do you respond to that?
I think you are quite right, and you have given a long list, but another thing where this nuclear technology can help is also to some extent pest control.
Yes, pest control. Yes, yes. I am actually coming to that with with some break actually.
Okay, yeah, but and I think let me, for the sake of audience and especially those who may not be very familiar and have been hearing this thing, just I'll take just 2 minutes to explain as to how this thing really works, and that is when we talk of nuclear technology, we are actually talking about nuclear radiations which come out of the nucleus, and these nuclear radiations, as a matter of fact, are bundles of energy. They have a strong penetrating power, just like the X-rays, but much more stronger than the X-rays. So, they can enter through the body and they can show us a lot more than the X-rays can. And at the same time, because they are a bundle of energy, they can go and they can kill the insects, they can transmute the nuclei wherever they go, and because of these two characteristics they have a wide variety of use, not only in agriculture, but also in medicine. But I think the point that you are raising is very important. For example, we have some food irradiation centers near Lahore, and we are also trying to set up radiation centers through electronic beam, and the purpose of those is to extend the life of the agriculture produce. And there are some countries who wouldn't allow the agriculture produce to come to their countries unless you give them a guarantee that they have been irradiated.
Definitely.
Because they do not want the pest or insects of one country to get into another country and then pollute their environment.
Obviously.
So, therefore, this thing is important, but if you can have a good crop variety that you can produce, which is water resistant, because which is works with less water, which is insect resistant, and which can drought resistant, as a matter of fact, because in Pakistan you do not have a lot of water. So, if they need less water, if they can fight the pest control, if they can fight the pest, if they can grow taller, bigger, sooner,
and have more yield,
and
more
have more
fruits,
yield, then of course there is strong advantage to that. But this is not something maybe which can be done in an isolated box, as Shahid has also said, that you have to go out and you have to talk to the farmers, you have to develop varieties, then you have to talk to a lot of middle people, and then you have to set up a complete business plan to take full advantage of that.
Well said, very well said. Shahid Riaz, when we are talking about nuclear aspect, so how it can help improving the animal health, the productivity, as it is actually expanding in Pakistan's livestock overall, and ultimately helping halal food industry to grow, because you know that Pakistan is the 5th largest country of having the abundant livestock, but unfortunately those are fighting with diseases, unfavorable conditions, the climate change, environment, all that. So how a nuclear aspect can help us to grow our livestock healthy and have flourishing halal food industry?
You see, we talked about the 4 agriculture research centers of PAC all over the country, and in all these centers we have research work on this topic, the related topic about livestock, especially how to get more milk from the cow and buffaloes, and it's the same thing that we are also doing many research work about the livestock. So we are on it, and we will definitely we are contributing in this whole area also, and definitely it is very important, because we have very good resources of livestock in our country. We should also exploit the blue economy, which we are not using right now. So we can contribute. You see, Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission, this slogan we use is committed to serve the nation. We are always committed to serve the nation in whichever department you want.
Well said, your point well taken. Dr. Ansar, when we are talking about agriculture, fertilizer is an important ingredient wherever you go across Pakistan. So fertilizer needs gas to have more production. Ultimately, you have to import it. So the gas reserves are actually depleting. And do you think that the civil nuclear technologies, the positive use of nuclear technology will help us to have at least the nitrogen fertilizer available in the country, and that will lesser the import bill, also the use of gas in that fertilizer industry?
Yeah, actually, as far as I know, there is no direct method wherein you can use nuclear technology to produce some kind of fertilizer.
Okay.
But of course, there are some indirect applications. For example, if when we add a fertilizer to a plant, actually basically we are adding to it nitrogen, as you just said, we are adding to it phosphorus, and we are adding to it potassium and some other things like iron, zinc, or whatever. The basic idea is to provide the plant the nutrients which it requires. But if you are giving it some kind of fertilizer which is supposed to provide it phosphorus, maybe you can add some radioactive phosphorus in it, and then look at the plant, and you can see whether the phosphorus is reaching where it should.
Okay.
And if it is reaching as it should, then it's all right. If it is like in higher quantity, then maybe you can reduce the quantity of the fertilizer, or you could reduce the quantity of the phosphorus in the fertilizer, and therefore you can arrive at a better and educated conclusion. But then of course, there are other places where you can use it, and like I said before, that in pest control.
Obviously.
And insect control. So if you can use that to sterilize the insects or these pests, or to kill those insects and pests, of course, it will contribute to the agriculture productivity of the field or of the country at large. And of course, as you also said, a lot of application of this in what is this? Water management.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
also salination. Sorry,
salination.
not desalination, but
salination.
Desalination.
Yes.
Sorry,
desalination.
Desalination is also another thing which
water logging or something. Desalination and all.
So
that.
they can provide you some help in that area also.
Obviously. So, Doctor, when we are talking about this is the aspect of agriculture, obviously we need a very thorough and very deep program on agriculture separately on that, because this is a huge area. But when we are talking about the medical science and the use of nuclear technology in that, especially in oncology or the treating the chronic diseases like cancer or something like that. So, how many hospitals right now those are working as we have those are 19, or we are just expanding this network as well, and how many patients not only in Pakistan, but also at the regional level? How many patients are getting benefit out of that?
I think right now we have 19 medical centers which are fully functional, and there is an additional one which has been built in Narowal, which actually is not a full-fledged center, but it's only diagnostics.
Okay.
And is run under the Gujranwala Center, which is GNOR. And there is one center which is under construction, and it is Azad Jammu and Kashmir AJK in Muzaffarabad. So, when that center is built and when this Narowal centers is more developed, we will probably have 21 centers in the country. Roughly, I think more than 800, 900,000 patients, or almost a million patients come to this hospital. And we think that we at Ambajit Commission Hospital cater to maybe 80% of the total patients in the country, because there are 20 hospitals which are located in various parts of the country. So, that is what we do. And as a matter of fact, since you talked of medical centers, let me just go back to what I said. These radiation provide us this capability to look inside the body. This is what the medical center diagnostics do, that they inject a radioactive fluid in the body, and through the movement of that fluid and through the concentration of the fluid in various parts of the body, they can look from the cameras outside to detect those radiation, and they can tell where is what.
Regarding region, actually I was talking about that because Noori was considered as an anchor center and it is going to be a great I think so a success for Pakistan, and it shows also that International Atomic Energy Agency they think that Pakistan is a very reliable partner in civil nuclear technologies and their applications.
Yeah, Noori is a collaboration center for IAEA. As a matter of fact, IAEA in Pakistan right now has 3 collaboration centers, one at Pyas, one at Noori, and one at Niab. Niab is agriculture, Pyas is education, and Noori is medical. So, this regional cooperation that you talked about, that the goal of this IAEA is setting up a regional center, a collaboration center here at Noori, is to maybe ask people from the area, from this area, to come and get the training there, and not only in terms of courses, but also on personal training.
Your point well taken, Dr. Sahib. When we are talking about Shahid Sahib as a regional hub, so what is Ray of Hope program, and when we are talking about some sort of a new technologies, their introduction like cyber knife technology and all other technologies who are actually going to be inducted, particularly for treating the cancer patients. So, how do you see such type of initiatives and such type of programs going on?
Yes, you see International Atomic Energy Agency, the DG started Ray of Hope program for the cancer patient and cancer disease. You see all over the world they identified 6 centers which have been declared as collaborating or anchor center, IAEA anchor centers. Noori is one of them, and the other countries include Turkey, Egypt, and many I do not remember the name of others, but these countries. So, this shows the IAEA is having a good idea that Pakistan can contribute in the region in many ways in the area of nuclear science and technology.
Or Pakistan has the capacity to become a regional hub on that.
Yeah. So, the Noori has organized many RTCs after becoming anchor centers. I know that in this RTC regional countries, I mean Asia Pacific region countries, they participated in this RTC regional training course. So, this type of course actually is to impart the expertise and knowledge of Noori doctors and experts to the other countries,
other regional countries for their cumulative benefits and all that.
So, it means that actually when DG IAEA Mariano Rafael Grossi visited Pakistan last year, he visited Noori also, and he was very impressed by the the working and the overall facility of this. He also inaugurated the cyber knife facility at Nouri, which is the first in public sector in Pakistan, first of its kind, cyber knife. And cyber knife is also, you said about cyber knife is very good, but it is for targeted therapy, very small malignant part in the body. It is very effective. So, it is good that we are having this type of facility and other facilities also.
Dr. Ansar, one of the technical questions, that is how advanced imaging techniques like positron emission tomography, which we mostly call it PET or PET, and computed scans like utilizing radioisotopes and other techniques improving diagnosis and treatment. So, how much it is beneficial and how much it has means elongated path to have advancements in that area?
Yeah, see, when as I said before, that when we use a radioisotope and we inject it into the body, then we can see its movement in the body and we can see where it is getting accumulated, and from there we can reduce something. But this PET or this positron emission thing is a little bit is one step ahead of it. That is, you do not only see how these paths are located, but you can also see the physiology or the functioning of the element, functioning of the plant. For example, whenever we take any food or take anything, the body converts that thing in sugar into energy, glucose into energy, and that part if it's not doing its job properly, then this PET thing, this positron emission technology where we inject a radioactive isotope fluorine, it helps us determine that, because it emits positrons which they combine with an electron, emits gamma rays, and because of that we can tell whether this part is functioning as it should or not. So, this is a better diagnostic than we had historically and originally.
Definitely. And Shahid Sahab, you were talking earlier about the PinStack and PEAS, its research and all that. So, it is very important. Any country who has the very strong base of research and development, innovation and creativity, that is ultimately beneficial for the socio-economic development. So, how do you see its categorization under IAEA as main stream centers for research and development, and how they are contributing actually towards socio-economic development in Pakistan?
You see, if you talk about PISTEC, Pakistan Institute of Nuclear Science and Technology, it is the premier R&D institution of Pakistan, and it has all the area of research in their laboratories, for example, in the area of nuclear science and technology, and its all allied fields. Isotope hydrology, isotope production of different isotopes, and which are being supplied to all hospitals of the country for oncology and radiotherapy. Like for example, in PAC 19 cancer hospitals, these isotope kits, the radiopharmaceutical kits are being provided, and they are being prepared at PINSTEC. So, basic research has different weightage. You know, basic research is very good. IAEA has always recognized the basic research in the country, and nuclear activation analysis lab of PINSTEC was first regional resource center of IAEA. So, our scientists are also doing many project work with IAEA, very many projects they are doing, and they have contributed a lot in the past also, and they are also contributing nowadays.
Well elaborated, well elaborated. Dr. Ansar, when we are talking about collaboration with and cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency, how do you see that, how over the years this civil nuclear technologies and their applications, how much we have collaborated and how much IAEA is ready to collaborate with Pakistan?
Actually, as my friend here just said, that we were the founding member of IAEA, and I think right from the start, right from 50s, Pakistan has been very actively participating, proactively participating in the programs of IAEA. It has always been interested in the programs which IAEA manages, and through the technical cooperation and various other activities that IAEA does, we become we remain an active part of it. And already now, through technical cooperation, Pakistan right now has 5 projects, 4 by Pakistan Atomic Commission and 1 by PNRA.
Okay.
And each project is worth 1 million euros. It's really not the amount that makes a difference, but it's the interaction that you develop not only with the agency, but also with the experts which come here, and also with the other people who are doing work in the same area. So, otherwise also whatever initiative IAEA takes, Pakistan always becomes a part of it, like you just said about the Rays of Hope or Atom for Food or whatever initiative that takes, Pakistan takes part of it. And Pakistan is also on their advisory boards, on IAEA advisory boards. I myself am on an advisory board of IAEA, and Pakistan also provides various experts and specialists to IAEA to help other developing countries. And hundreds of people go in this field almost every year.
Obviously,
and the DG of IAEA came here last year, and before that we had Amano. He came here 2 times. DDG of IAEA was also here, I think just a few weeks ago or a few days ago. So, we have very active collaboration with IAEA in almost all facets.
So, one last question that is very important, and that is the question related to the Chinese cooperation in setting up the nuclear power plants, in civil nuclear technologies and all that. But we have seen that in energy generation, we have a lot more collaboration with our Chinese friends, but we have little in agriculture or in other domains. Yes, we have in the same area, agriculture and all that. So, how do you respond, Dr. Ansar Sahab, on this aspect, and also if you add on later related to this question?
Actually, the fact of the matter is that Pakistan and China, they are collaborating in nuclear energy, because right now, because of the restrictions that are imposed in Pakistan,
obviously
China is the one country that is ready to talk to us or ready to give us a nuclear power plant. In other areas also we are actively engaged, but not so actively, because then there are other countries as well. There are other experts out there. There is IAEA and other agencies with whom we can correlate and interact. But in energy and nuclear energy especially, of course, China is our window, and therefore, all the power plants, the first power plant was built by Canada, and after that these restrictions were imposed in Pakistan. Right now, all the power plants which are running in Pakistan, 6 of them have been built by China.
So, would you like to add something on that?
Yes, he is right. Actually, China has already doing many things in power sector, but in other sectors wherever there is a need, China is ready to help under the umbrella of IAEA always.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Shahid Raza, for being here in the studios and for very candid views. And thank you very much, Dr. Ansar Parvez, for being here in the studios and well elaborated things. Viewers, as you have listened to our panelists, that Pakistan is working efficiently and getting lots of successes when it comes to the civil nuclear technologies and their applications in the country. And we are fortunate, and we are very much successful in that International Atomic Energy Agency is always putting a lot of confidence in Pakistan. It is because that Pakistan's nuclear capabilities and Pakistan's professional attitude and Pakistan's overall nuclear performance is excellent, and Pakistan is catering all those needs what are required, particularly into the civil nuclear energy. Pakistan is generating at least 3,530 megawatts right now, and have the capacity to grow till 2050, as we have nuclear energy vision. According to that, we are going to generate at least 40,000 megawatts of energy. 150 new varieties also introduced in Pakistan related to agriculture when we talk about crops or the fruits as well. And 6 centers at least were envisaged by International Atomic Energy Agency, in which Nuri is the one which is actually the very important one, a hub, a regional hub which is also providing not only the trainings but also the treatment to the different regional countries as well. So right now IAEA has 5 projects in Pakistan, and all of them are running well, and they are going to be completed soon. There are lots of things like Ray of Hope, Atom for Food, and all others. There are lots of projects. So we wish that Pakistan excel more into this technology so that Pakistan overcome its energy needs. Pakistan must have to be the food secure, and we have also no cancer patient in Pakistan, because this is what for Pakistan Atomic Energy is striving for, and this is what the whole nation is striving for, that Pakistan's success is the peoples of Pakistan's success. This is all from today's Foresight. It's time to sign off. Allah Hafiz.